Was that Veritex? Yeah, this is my very first guitar. It's a Stag. Very, very first one. I've just finished scalloping it, I think, month ago. So, yeah. Trying to get that Ingve sort of Strat feel. That was my very first guitar. I took very good care of it, but this is very much an entry-level guitar. Like it's, I think in 2009. Did I buy it in 2009? No. Wait. Yeah, 2009. And it was, the guitar itself will be maybe like $100 maybe, or $90. I think somewhere there. Yeah, so it's very, very entry level. But I mean, plays beautifully. Sounds exactly the same as any single coil I've ever played. So, yeah. Still can't get over a certain speed limit. Can't play speed licks. Okay. First things first. What is your speed limit? Like, there's certain speed areas that can be troublesome, especially when you're trying to do certain licks or certain riffs or stuff. So what is the wall that you're currently hitting? Because I've hit many walls, don't worry. Sometimes the problem isn't really the technique, that's more the way you're practicing. Both have to be aligned properly, but if you said you've improved your techniques and everything, that might be the way you're practicing. So if you can let me know how that like what is your speed limit, and then we can go over some ideas. Okay, round. Okay, yes, that is a dead zone. So that is such a difficult place to break through. So I'm assuming you're saying like 16th notes. So like, let me quickly pull up a metronome just that I have it. So like 16th notes. Yeah, there we go. So the problem with that is between 110 BPM and like 130 or 140, it's like a transitionary speed. It's kind of like the analogy I use with all my students is walking or going from point A to point B. So right now we are at point A. We need to get to point B, which is over there. We can walk there, we can jog there, or we can run there. But the thing is, we can only walk so fast. Eventually, we're going to have to cross over into jogging. Otherwise, it's going to be a problem. Like you won't be able to walk faster than a certain speed. But the problem is we tend to just practice in one of these states of motion. The thing is, when you're walking versus jogging versus running or sprinting, you're using different muscle groupings. Your muscle memory is also different. So the thing you have to sort of force yourself to do is push yourself into the next state of motion. So for this, I'm going to actually ask you to not play at 110 or 120. I'm going to ask you to play at 130. Just because it's really going to push you. But the thing is, you need to get into that motion, that state of motion, in order to practice in that state of motion so that it can get more fluent. Because the big problem is you're probably still using your walking state of motion in order to jog, if I can put it that way. So you want to force yourself into jogging because you're going to be encountering different obstacles. Right now, gravity is going to be more prevalent. Your rest strokes aren't going to be as prominent. Your brain also can't think as fast at a higher speed, so you can't make those auto corrections as quickly as you could at a slower tempo. You have to rely a lot more on muscle memory. So yeah. The chromatics, some of the licks from Paul Gilbert. So the big problem I have with licks and stuff, or not really licks, just exercises, is you don't necessarily practice them correctly, or you don't really. You could be practicing them correctly, but your technique might not be right. I'm assuming your technique is fine now, but the thing that you should now do is take one of the Paul Gilbert licks. So this is the one. You know that one. Like you can do it pretty much anyway. It's just index, middle. Yeah, that lick. Yeah. So this exact lick, it's a fantastic one. But now there's a few problem areas. The main problem area is the string change, and then the string change back to it, because that is the biggest obstacle. Because now you might be comfortable playing on one string, but then you add in the string change, which you have to then increase the distance that the pick has to travel. You also have to make sure that you don't bump into the thing. So the string change. So what I want you to do, put it at 130 BPM, the metronome, and then only practice these two notes, or rather these three notes. So your first one is. So those are the first four notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Play just 2, 3, 4. But remember to use the same picking direction you would as if you're doing it in a normal way. So normally your 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to be down, up, down, up. So for this practice, I want you to just practice up on the middle finger, down, up on the G then. So, and you do it just in bursts. Don't do it like the full string of notes. Don't do the entire lick. Break it down to just those 3 notes, and then eventually add the first one back in. So then you go. So just do that. Learn to that constant up, down picking motion from Gilbert. Yeah. So there's the alternate picking that you're going to be doing. But now the important thing with the string change, if I can really sort of show you here, the string change, this lick is really just challenging your right hand. The most important part is when you are picking and then you go to the string change. You sort of, depending on how you hold the pick and how you slant everything, when you play that last note, so down, up, down, you need to sort of do this with your wrist. You twist a little bit with your forearm so that you can get out of the space and grab that string. So like I'm going to exaggerate these movements very much. So that sort of thing. The 4th note when I play, it doesn't sound clean as the first 3 when it gets fast. Yeah, the string change is the biggest obstacle. So at a very, very slow speed, like maybe 60 BPM, focus on exactly those little motions. Just so down, up, down. But remember, you're going to have to go a bit more broad. So that's like that little thing. There's an alternative you can also try, which is known as swiping. And this is it's like a cheat thing. You won't notice at a fast speed. And what's funny is Paul Gilbert actually uses this cheat. If you slow it down and you watch the video, hit the 4th note inside. So the 4th note, 1, 2, 3. So we call this, there's inside picking and outside picking. For this, I will use outside picking first, and then I will mix it up using inside picking. And the only thing is you constantly going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So whatever you start your first note on will determine if you're going to be using inside or outside picking for the string change. So it's going to be, if I go up, down, up, then down. So that's going to be my outside, inside picking. So you can do that, or you can do the outside picking. This was inside picking. And then outside picking. People have different preferences. I prefer the inside picking for this specific lick, but the problem is when you start adding string skips, then it becomes even more difficult. But like the inside picking I prefer because it's like, and then I just twist my wrist like that. Like that. But now, the interesting thing that Paul Gilbert does is he does swiping at speed. So what he does is he goes down, up, down. But when on that third downstroke, on that second downstroke, he actually hits the G string. So he goes. So he sort of does the string crossing in his third stroke, but he mutes the G string, and then he's able to come up again easily. So he goes. So you see what I mean? That little detail. So that is known as swiping, and it's such a cool technique. A lot of people do it without realizing it, just because their muting is good. But it's a very, very good technique, but only really works efficiently on adjacent strings. It's difficult if you're going to do string skipping and stuff. But another type of lick you want to play is the No More Tears solo ending lick. Ish, I haven't learned that one. But this specific lick is so crazy good for you, like to practice, because it's the main thing that guitarists struggle with: odd groupings on strings and string changes. So any odd number on one string and then going to a different string is very difficult, just because of the way it is set up. But just start with the first 4 notes, or the first 3 notes, depending on what you want to exactly practice. But push yourself to 130, 140 BPM. Don't try to use your walking motion, if I can put it that way. You need to force yourself into that next state of motion, and then it's going to be sloppy, but that's why we break it down into just 4 notes. So I'm going to show you now exactly how I would practice that. So I'm going to put the metronome at 140. So now I'm doing triplets, but you can do it in 16ths as well. Okay. It's kind of difficult if I don't have a 5th note, because then it's like it's 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. So just like that. So you break it down really just to that. But then you can also start at a different place. Just like that. So just break it into that. Don't play the entire string of notes there. It's gonna be impossible if you haven't practiced it in your jogging state of motion. So start with that. Another problem you're having is the intonation problem in your G string. Okay, so intonation is a yeah, but push yourself to that higher speed state of motion. You don't want to stay slowly increase a little bit. You want to jump to that sort of thing. So yeah, don't just practice that little bit. With your intonation, you're gonna have to look at the bridge saddles. So, okay, Cort X100. What's up, Sean? How's it going? And yeah, you're gonna look at the saddles. So now, the way people sort of do the intonation, you just hold harmonic on the 12th fret, and then you press it down. If the note is flat, you need to move the saddle to the left, towards the neck. If it's sharp, you need to move it to the right. So these 2 notes have to be exactly the same in pitch. But if the fretted note is a bit flat, you need to move the saddle towards the neck a little bit that way. Very, very little. You need a specific tool, like I guess a screwdriver or something, but you can just do it here at the back, depending on how the bridge looks. But then you just go and then just do the adjustment, very, very little bit, and if it's sharp, goes away. Strings around 9. Oh yeah, yeah, that could be a factor. Yeah, you generally, well, it depends how much you practice and how much you play, but yeah, it varies from player to player, but I would say A general rule of thumb would be every 3 months, I think. That'll be a good rule of thumb to work with. Oh yeah, the 10 gauge strings. Cool. Yeah, Diodore is my favorite. I only really play with Diodore. They are it's just always what I've had. I play with 9 gauge though, just because I like less tense strings. It just makes it easier to bend. It's not as not like I have to fight the guitar to play. Ten gauge be good for drop D or even C standard. So yeah, the thing is you don't want to go too light for that, but for drop D, 10 gauge will be perfect. For C standard, I would recommend getting about 11s. Like 11s would be probably good for C standard, I would say. Yeah, 10s are heavy. Yeah. Yeah, like I really like 9s. I don't like 10s. They for E standard at least. It's really not nice. I prefer the sound as well of the lighter gauge strings, just because they don't have like. If I can play an example, like the lower strings, especially like this note is that note, but I don't like the tone of like a thicker string, if I can put it that way. I like it more bright, a lot more spanky, where the bass isn't just flabby. I like it more tight. So I prefer lighter gauge strings. It's just more fun to play. It just sounds better. Oh, yeah. No, Sean's 100% right. Get yourself a 46 for the drop D. That's generally the good understanding. 9 sound better in a band mix. Absolutely, Sean. Like you take up way too much space with like 10s or 11s, in my opinion. Most play in drop C sharp. Okay, you could get away with 10s, but try some 11s. But 10s should be fine. Like really, it's very preference based as long as you aren't buzzing crazily. But yeah, I generally like about 14 to 16 pounds of tension per string. That's like sort of you can get like a tension calculator online. I think a String Joy is the best one in my opinion. But you can just check, like, play a bunch of guitars, find out what string tension or what gauge the strings are and what they tune to and everything. Then you can just calculate, like, okay, so this is the tension that I prefer to play on. It just feels more comfortable, and then you can sort of build your own package. Something outside the standard gauge. So I started with 10. Yeah. No, look, there's nothing wrong with 10. Like, it's entirely context based. Like, if you're now tuning to C sharp, I feel like no, you can definitely try with 10s. Like, I have my one guitar in the cupboard is in, I think it's C standard. So, and I think it's got like 11s or something. So no, just try it out. If it doesn't work, you learned something. But push yourself with that Paul Gilbert lick. It's really, really good. Yeah, no, Sean's 100% right. And push yourself, né? Don't stay in that 110 BPM. Go to 140 and just commit to it. Just do these bursts. Just and then swap it around. Like, start with an upstroke. so that you practice your outside and inside picking. You generally want to do both of them. Yeah, dude, thank you so much, Sean. Yes, no, I'm like, it's freaking amazing. The York audio stuff. And yeah, like impulse responses are just, oh man, perfection. I've got a bunch from ML Sound Lab. I also need to send to you. Like I think it's the oversized ones, the mega oversized or something like that. Yeah, cheers, heretics. See you next time. Yeah, now the what do you call it? Oh, cool. Yeah. Sick. Yeah, beef. Now the York audio stuff is really, really good. I think there was. Yes. Now the thing is, I've got so many free ones as well, so it's just cluttered a little bit. Let me just have a look. Like there's so flippin' many and so many little tiny variations, but I generally use like there's like certain favorites, I guess, that I use. But let me just quickly have a look here, because I've got a massive folder of all this stuff. Huh? How many are in this folder? Okay, 57. That'll be good. Okay. Yeah, the ML Mega. Then some of the Marshall stuff, some Guitar Hack, JJ, Tubes. Most of the stuff is just Celestion V30 sort of variants. But I mean, yeah, with different mics and different mic positions and combinations and stuff. But Celestion V30s, the G12s, and yeah, there's this other, I can't remember what it was. The York is just nicer than the free ones. I found the guy from Paramore is from York, so he knows his business. Yeah, yeah, I hope he does. Yeah, no, like it's free ones are very hit or miss. Like they can be really good, really bad, but yeah, I've found some really, really good free ones. I think it's Culthulan. Culthulan is like the main ones that I use. Let me just have a look if that's the right name. Is it Culthulan or Cuthulan? Let me check. Yeah, Culthulan. Yeah. Yes. No, those impulse responses are so good. There's the Catharsis, Friedman impulses, Fear Complex Music. But the ML Sound Lab stuff is also really good, and some of the Spectre digital stuff is also quite good. But the York audio, oh, fantastic. Yeah. Now the engineer of that is also really, really good. Sean, I've been trying for years to find out what this song is called. You taught this song to me at Monday nights, I think probably in 2012 or something. And it's just this one riff. What is it called? What is this song called? Oh, what? What is that song called? Like, we learned it at Monday nights, but that was so bloody difficult for me to learn because I don't have the sort of the right hand rhythmic aspect of it for the ghosting and the like that whole thing. Like, I remember this vividly. I remember some of the chords as well. Something like that. I can't remember anything else. I just remember. That main riff. Oh, dude, that thing. That thing finished and depressed me and just, oh man. And then eventually when I got it, I'm like, I can finally play guitar. Thought about the other day, but I don't remember. Yeah. Oh man, flip, dude. Yeah, when I find that and I hear the original, I'm gonna be like, oh man. Yeah, some of the songs I remember we did back then, a little bit funny, like and just some of the chord progressions and everything. But yeah, everything is so standardized now. It's just elevation and what do you call it? Yeah, Hillsong, Bethel. It's the just the standard stuff. But everyone's starting to sound exactly the same as each other. Like it's man. Have a listen to the songs we played. So I think it was like. I think it's like that. I'm not 100% sure, but. Something like that. But the main thing is just. That thing. Oh man. This is bugging me. I keep getting baffled by time zones. You're in Canada, so now it must be like afternoon. Alanis Morissette. Okay. Let me write that down. Oof. Okay, I'll have to check some stuff out. Oh man. No, she's not the one you think about, huh? No, like, remember, Sean, I'm very illiterate when it comes to, like, pop music or anything non-metal. So, yeah. Let me check. Alanis Nadine Morissette. Yeah, excuse, eh? But she's Canadian. Oh man. Okay. Canadian American singer, songwriter, and musician. Queen of alt rock. Ah, damn. Ish. Yeah, unfortunately don't know her. But I do now. tuning. But that's me. I'm gonna get some rest, and yeah, hopefully I can figure out that that specific song. Oh man, but yeah.